Hello everyone, today I'm looking at Bloodroots. Oh my god, this game is a ton of fun. So here's the premise. Imagine a Hotline Miami, but it's in the 1800s. Yeah, it's this really cool, and in rural Canada of all places, or America, wherever this game takes place. So basically everything in this game is super kind of destructible. You're basically able to go around killing a bunch of people with all kinds of absolutely ridiculous items. Of course, you have muskets, axes, swords and sabers, but you also have things like flamingo statues, fish barrels, carrots, baskets, and all manner of things that you didn't think would be deadly weapons, but do become in the arms of your protagonist. So the basic story is essentially you're part of this gang, and that is a bunch of, I guess, grave robbers or criminals or whatever. And essentially, the leader of the pack betrays you, Wolf, and so you need to basically get your revenge because they leave you for dead, and then you essentially go through these areas, killing all of these other soldiers and other people and things like that. And so as you go through the game, you will essentially take on each member of your previous gang as bosses, which each have their own mechanics. Some of them are straightforward, some of them are kind of difficult to get used to. But overall, the game itself is super fun. A lot of the characters in the first part will just kind of stand there, let you kill them, but later on you have people who have muskets who will try to basically shoot you, kill you, that kind of thing. One of the better parts of this game that I really enjoyed are the melee weapons and how they work. For example, they each have limited uses, usually 1, 2, or 3 kinds of uses. There'll be certain like shish kebab sticks that'll have 2 kind of like plows essentially, and then I think the saber is probably the best one of the game, because what it does, it basically has this style of rushing around that basically goes right through a bunch of people. What I also love about this game is friendly fire is on, so a lot of the enemies hurt each other. I forgot about the ladders in this game. You can use them as like a helicopter and take out a bunch of guys with them. They're kind of overpowered, and you think a ladder of all things wouldn't be. But you can also use them, of course, to platform around the level. So yeah, I don't know. This game, it's just it's made really well. You can use the ladders to like jump out and stuff like that. Definitely one of the more powerful weapons is the golden axe that has a lot of uses for it. And if you run out of weapons, you can also punch normally. There's been a lot of times where I would do a whole match, and what would occur is that I'd use up the last use of my weapon that I was using, and there was one guy left. I was able to punch him, and every time you essentially beat all the enemies in a certain area, do this slow-mo thing where the final kill is slow motion, and depending on the weapon you're using, it'll do like a special animation. Sometimes they're kind of like the same, like all spears kind of do the same thing, all sabers do the same thing. But yeah, the music in this game is also very good. It really gives you a fast-paced, old-timey Western kind of feel. I don't know, it's just really good overall. And really well made, really shockingly well made. Of course, there are things like muskets that you can use to fire at enemies. You can also pick up other items and throw them. All enemies pretty much go down with like one hit, but you do as well. So you have to be careful how you navigate around the environment and play the game. Definitely one of my other favorite items are the barrels. They kind of, you walk on them and they allow you to essentially roll around and hit a bunch of guys. So it's a speed increase and also an attack, which I love. This is a very fast-paced game, and like Hotline Miami, when you die or are destroyed or whatever, you basically are able to immediately respawn. There's no delay whatsoever. There's also a decent amount of platforming in this game, especially with some of the items that have special platforming capabilities like ladders, oars, and other things that let you leap over certain areas. And there are definitely areas where you need to use them. In fact, there are certain areas where they kind of act as tutorials, like, okay, this is how this works, and we want you to like platform through this area as such. Usually most major areas will end in kind of like a horde mode kind of fighting game, where you have a bunch of guys all come at you, and you got to defeat all of them using the special items in that area. This is definitely a very challenging game. It's definitely not easy, but it's very, very, very fun, and I had a ton of, fun playing it. But yeah, I think that's all there is really to say about this game. Bloodroots is, 1800s, Hotline Miami. It is absolutely a blast, and I kind of wish that more people would at least talk about it, because it seems like they don't. But yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say about. This game. It's a great, fun little adventure, and can't wait for more people to play it. Anyway, until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Bye.